What's up everyone, this is Bacon, and today we're doing another AFK Companions video. Today we're going to be looking at the new beast again. You get a few more resources on day 2 and 3. So I'm going to go ahead and use my resources from that. Kind of look at the beast a little bit more. I'm also going to be doing some summons because I have some scrolls saved up, so I might as well just use them now. And then I'm going to just kind of talk about a few other things that I want to touch on, including the new event, or the new skin that is with the event Heroes Regalia. It is tied with Expedition. And so I'm going to briefly look at this. Let's just start with this one now because it's right here. But basically you can see this event is unlimited. It is the Expedition for Superb Skin. I don't know all the details because Expedition hasn't started yet. So if you didn't see the update, Expedition is the new Golden Frontier. So basically down here you can click on Expedition. This is going to be a permanent thing, I believe. And then you can, one thing that's new is when you kind of join Expedition, you'll have the option to do an Oath Pack, which I've already done. It's 5,000 gems, so you give 5,000 gems. And then if you do these certain things here, you will get these as rewards. I think the purpose, like the big purpose of this, is to basically encourage people to be active in Expedition. Basically, you're investing 5,000, and if you're an active participant, if your team or guild or whatever does the basic stuff, is my assumption, you will naturally just get these gems. So you can see here, the first one, stay in league to get 5,000. So basically, if you don't switch your leagues, which was really common, you get your 5,000 gems back. So a lot of motivation to do that there. Occupy Gold Oak to get 10,000, and Occupied Gilded City get 20. I don't know if these things are necessarily like things that everyone will be able to do, or if it's just like the winning guilds or the competitive guilds or teams or whatever. I'm saying guilds, but it's really just a league of a mixture of people. So I'm curious to see what this is once it actually gets started, because that's a lot of gems, and that's crazy if that's 30,000 gems that you can get just from participating. If I remember correctly, these are a little harder to get in the event, and not everyone will probably get that unless your league or your team is, competent and doing well. But we'll see. Once this actually starts, I'm actually going to do frequent content, because now that this is basically full-blown ready to go, it's not in beta, it's going to be in the game. I want to actually do some real content on this, so I will get a little more in-depth stuff on this, but this is a big deal here. I think it's a good idea to try to get people to stay active and to stay in their league, because that was an annoying feature, just people switching and stuff. I mean, honestly, I did it too because it just made sense. I want to be on a team that's competitive, not like a team that's a quarter of the size of the other ones. So I think this is a good way to keep people in it, though. One more thing down here, you can also switch between being enrolled with your guild or individual enrollment. You can see I am with my guild because my guild is pretty active and everyone's pretty competitive on that. So I want to do it with my guild. I don't want to be put up with a bunch of randos who aren't going to be participating. And then you can see here some of the rewards from the treasures, I guess. And you can see that personal rewards, you can get the leaves, the purple essence, and then diamonds. League rewards, same thing, but you can get some of the spirit dew instead. And then ultimate glory awards if your league occupies cities when calculated. So yeah, it does look like the Guild City and the Gold Oak are individual things. Like there'll be one of each, if I remember correctly. And so that's how you get those big diamonds. So a lot of incentive to be good in this is pretty much what I'm seeing. So very high incentive to be on a good team, to be in a good league. I'm excited because this is kind of motivating to be really active, and to be in part of a good league. And so curious to see how this goes. I feel like it might be kind of cutthroat, but I think that's something that Companions needs, is to kind of differentiate people who are really serious about the game and less serious. I think it gives people who are a little more like veterans something to really get into. So we'll see how it goes. But you can see here, this is one way to get the leaves. That is my last note. This is everyone in my guild who's enrolled. So you can see a lot of people have already. No one in my guild has done an individual, which makes sense. But speaking of the Leafs, let's go ahead. So the shop reset today. It refreshes every week, and the Leafs are available again. I already bought these. I'm going to go ahead and buy these again. And now that we're here, I'm just going to show you. I buy these every time. I have so many diamonds. I'm at the point where it's just worth to buy these. You can see I'm at 17,000 now. I was at 27. So pretty much I'm spending about 10,000-ish, if I am doing the math right, a week for these resources. I think it's worth it, especially as you get to the mid to late game. There's a lot of things that you don't really need to spend diamonds on, like summons, once you get to late game. I think if you're earlier in your account, diamonds are probably better worth spent on summons here, but I don't think it's necessarily, once you're late game and you have all the good heroes, everyone's maxed out, it's not as big of a priority. So I'm going to go ahead and just do these summons, and then I'm going to do my Beast Leaf summons and see if I can get another copy of my pet dragon. And then I do want to share one thing about that with the dew. Last video, I kind of mentioned the dew. Wasn't totally sure how that works. Okay, first off, Rain and Mira, first two, those are great pulls. I'm actually really excited about those. Those are two people I've been wanting to get copies of, and I have not gotten very lucky with them. And a Trisha, like those are my top 3 heroes that I've been wanting. That's actually super hype. I don't know if I can actually build them up anymore with those. I might need more copies. Yeah, and then I get Hendrik. Don't care about you. But I'm really excited that within 160 something scrolls, I'm getting them already. So let's see what else I can get. Another Mira. Holy frick. I'm not getting a lot of doubles or anything, but these are really good pulls for what I need. And another Hendrik. I don't care. I will take as many of those as the game wants to give me, as long as I get what I want. Silas, not bad. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and pull these. Maybe we'll get a Trisha, whatever her name is. Nope. Let's do some friend pulls. Nope. Let's do this bad boy. Let's do Wilders. Turtle Man. I have so many Turtle Mans. Do I have any scrolls to get me? Nope. Okay. And then let's see if those copies gets me anything. Okay. So I basically get 2 more stars for both of them. And I maxed out my Silas. The second star is nothing crazy, but that does give me closer to our 3rd star, which is a good power jump. And then that does give me Mira's 1st star, which is nice. Definitely nice. Feels like heroes don't really get their full potential until you get their stars, so excited about that. And then Silas maxed out. Another maxed out Graveborn for once they release the next Graveborn Awakened hero. And then I'm going to be ready. I think I have enough for all 4 factions to get the next ones, but we'll see. Alrighty, so that is my pulls. Let's see if there's anything else I'm missing. I'm not going to use my other resources here, these 2. Let's just go ahead and use those. Fun stuff. Okay, so you should be, if you've logged in for the past few days, you should have gotten the first one. Where is it? Here, you get a chest, and you could pick between the pet and the leaves. You should pick the pet. The pet is guaranteed. The leaves, not guaranteed. In most situations, if you are given the choice between summoning resources or an actual copy of something, and if the actual copy is something good, just take the copy, take the guarantee. That's my point of view. And then the second day, you get 10 more of these and some bait. Who cares about the bait? And then the third day, which is today, you get these. So I have a little bit of things to summon at the Beast ground, so let's go ahead and use those. So I have 23. My chances are 3.3%. I don't know if there is a... Also, I'm at the point where I don't need purple essence. And this summoning thing is just super laggy. I don't know if it's just because it's on PC or if it's like that on mobile too. All right, nothing. Can I use diamonds? Nope. Classic. All right, I got 2 more. Let's see if I get lucky. 3%. Oh, I got excited for a second. Nothing good. Okay, so I was kind of looking and reading at some of the information a little bit on the dew, and I believe to use the dew is used to basically power up the pet's abilities, from what I understand. Let's go ahead and take a look at, yes. Mystic Dew condenses from natural essence of the wish tree, used to ascend the talents of Fabled Beast to higher tiers. And so I don't believe you can do that until your actual Fabled Beast is ascended, or at least at a higher tier. I don't think it has to be ascended, but I think it needs to be not just the basic level. And so if we go ahead and take a look at my pet, I was really hoping to get a copy to see if it would. If I got one more copy, I could level them up if it would do anything. But you can see these, I believe you can, once you hit these certain tiers, when you unlock them, you probably can ascend them, or not ascend them, but buff them or whatever is my guess. So I'm guessing here at Legendary, I might be able to level up their skills using the dew. It's something like that. I think as you level them up, you can improve different skills that they have using the dew, is my interpretation. I don't have any of those, and I'm not going to buy any leaves, so I guess we'll just find out once I get enough, and I can kind of play around with it. But I think that's my interpretation of how that system works. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything else I'm missing on this. This is such a weird event. This event, I just don't understand. Like, I mean, I get it. It's super easy, but it just seems like a super weird event. And I think that's about it. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. Any barracks things, guild store. Yeah, that's my update of my account. That's my thoughts on the pet stuff and the new expedition. I'm actually pretty excited for this. This is probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most as far as like actual content in the game. This and the pet thing I think is cool. I think it would be nice to get a little more resources. A lot of times when they release new content like this, like Draconis and Classic, they give you a lot of summoning resources. But for now, we're just getting a little bit. We're getting 10 pulls every few days for 3 days. Now that's done. And now I have no idea how I'm going to get more of these besides spending money and buying these every week. Which is why I think it's definitely worth it, assuming these new awakened pets are going to be really good, which looking at their stats and abilities, it does seem like they could be game changing. I think it is important to buy these leaves every week when you can. They didn't add them here. They didn't add them here. Okay, yeah. So definitely, I think using your diamonds on that is definitely worth it. If you want to hold out on buying all these other things, you can definitely do that. And honestly, if you are late game, you don't need to buy the scrolls. Obviously, the scrolls are good, but if you're not using your diamonds for summons at all, I wouldn't buy the scrolls because it's pretty much the same thing at a slight discount. So that's my input on that. But that's all I got for y'all today. Curious what you guys think. If anyone has upgraded their pet or gotten lucky with the pulls, I'm curious to see if you have been able to upgrade in their abilities using the dew. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And as always, hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.